Hello, my fellow Wentworth fans. How are we all doing? Welcome back to Wentworth Life. So, in this video, we're going to be looking at the top 5 end of episode cliffhangers. Before we get started, there will be spoilers if you're not up to date with your Wentworth episodes. And don't forget, guys, if you like these videos, please subscribe below. Also, guys, in this video, we're not going to include season final episodes, as that is a list for another time. So we're just going to concentrate on other episodes that ended on a massive cliffhanger. Let's get started. This is definitely a scene not for the faint-hearted. This is also one of the first times where we discovered how far Wentworth was willing to go. And in this scene, Braden Holt is being instructed by his mother to get rid of Debbie, basically, in revenge to hurt Bea. So Braden has got Debbie hooked onto drugs, heroin, and literally it administers a fatal dose to Debbie, causing her to pass away in a horrific death scene. I believe Harry didn't find Debbie till much later on when he came home, but Debbie actually OD'd, and this caused Bea to lose her shit. This is definitely a scene that we are not going to forget. Okay, so this one is one of those episodes where there was like multiple things happening, absolutely leaving us on the edge of our seat by the end of this episode. Ferguson and Vera were having a showdown, and Ferguson was slapping Vera about. Meanwhile, Vera was pushing Juice down the stairs because Vera realised that it was Juice who had injected her with that blood, resulting in her getting Hep C. Don't know whether if Vera actually pushed her down the stairs or if Juice did it herself. You can decide on that one. Also, Mr. Jackson, basically he was being framed for Harry's murder, and he was running out of time to get proof that it wasn't him. He was even spotted on CCTV dumping the murder weapon. Ferguson was talking to dead people, completely losing her shit, and all witnessed by Fletcher, who had remembered everything that Ferguson had done to him. And on top of that, Ferguson was getting ready to hire a hitman to get rid of Fletcher. And on top of that again, Jess has got her claws into Doreen's baby. This was definitely a fantastic ending to a fantastic episode that had us on the edge of our seats. So this one is fairly recent, guys. Don't forget I did warn you about spoilers. So Frankie's on the run, and she is trying to prove her innocence, and she goes to see Zoe, the psychiatrist, and to try and see if she can get any information. Unfortunately for Frankie, Zoe has called the police, or she's pressed the panic button underneath the desk, so the police are definitely on their way. Frankie has to do a runner, and as she's doing the runner, the police have approached her. They literally corner Frankie, and Frankie starts to climb up a fence, but the police recognise her straight away and start pointing the gun and threatening to shoot her. Frankie does resist arrest, and this results in her getting shot in a very massive final of an episode. This literally had everybody on the edge of their seats, and obviously people were thinking that Nicole was leaving the series because of her real-life pregnancy. So this did really worry fans to whether if Frankie was going to survive or not. This was a great end of episode cliffhanger. So, this is a massive one. bear with me on this, guys. Stay with me. Okay, so Ferguson is at her most evil at this point and is planning on killing B. Ferguson has drugged B, and Kaz is doing a protest in another part of the prison, keeping the officers busy. However, Kaz doesn't realise that Ferguson is the person who put her behind bars. Kaz is doing the sit-in, but Will has just got the recording, so Will goes to the sit-in to show Kaz the recording. So Kaz is gonna go and have it out with Ferguson, but Ferguson is about to try and drown B in the sink while she is drugged. She puts her in the sink and she's in there for quite a long time before Kaz finally steps in and takes on Ferguson. Ali is completely frantic and is trying her best to save B's life, while Kaz is showing the freak you do not mess with her. And this results in Ferguson getting her hand burnt in the deep fat fryer, resulting in a grotesque burn to the hand. And this episode left us wondering whether if B was alive or dead. This was a massive end of episode cliffhanger that deserves a number 2 spot. Okay, this is when Wentworth went up a gear, and I mean full knots. So Frankie and B had a massive fight in the laundry, and B had slashed her wrists in order to go to hospital. When Frankie delivers this news to Miss Ferguson, Ferguson realises that B is going to escape from the hospital. In a tense moment, Ferguson rings Mr. Jackson, who is there keeping guard on her, but at this moment in time, he has gone to get her a lemonade. When he comes back, it's too late. B has gone. B is on her way out to the hospital and it's very, very tense at this point. Meanwhile, Liz has got a package from B. She seems very excited to open it because she thinks it's a present from B, but little but known, it's actually a gun. B is on her way to kill Braden Holt. Now guys, I can remember when this episode first aired, I was jumping up and down off the sofa. It was absolutely mental and I couldn't believe that we had to wait another week to see the next episode. To me, this is literally one of the biggest end of episode cliffhangers the writers did. And it definitely deserves a number 1 spot. If you've made it this far, guys, thank you for taking the time to watch this video. If you enjoy these type of videos, then please subscribe below. Let me know what are the top 5 videos you would like to see. Thank you for sharing the Wentworth love, guys. I'll see you next time.